the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota's been playing with a lot of focus. They struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement.
Starting off right, Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldrich. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. Grizzlies will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Memphis. And, of course, they are still without Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, and it's terrible news, Kevin. Never what you want to hear with an injury of that severity. Hard to imagine we're going to see him back out there anytime soon.
You know, certainly disappointing for them. I know how disappointed he must be. Now they've got to find a way to make things work without him.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Minnesota, Zhang is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in at the point. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball after the basket by Minnesota. Conley kicks to Gasol. Green. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Green's got his first points in this one. And now teams getting into the middle of the season. The truth is, it's a grind, Doris. You know it. You've covered it. 82 games. In your opinion, is that the right amount in terms of 82 games in a regular season?
I would say to you, it doesn't matter if it's the right amount. I think the reality is this is the business of the NBA. It's been 82 games for as long as I can remember, certainly in my lifetime of fandom, Kevin. So the reality is what we need to do is address the schedule, and you're starting to see that. Shortening the preseason, stretching out those windows where you're not getting 4 games in 5 nights, and the back-to-backs, particularly when there's back-to-back on national television. 82 games is going nowhere from a business standpoint. Let's make those 82 games the best we can by lengthening the season.
Here's McLemore. Aaron Brooks picking up that last basket. There's the pick. Shot clock at 5. Again, Memphis.
Really good shot selection there. Evans looking locked in and comfortable from that range.
The Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Now here's Gibson. He had 25 points in the win against the Clippers.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game. And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Zhang with a clean look, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Zhang's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Conley dishes to McLemore. Takes a 3. Conley's shot is off.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
Here's Conley. Aaron Brooks picking up that last basket. And Tyreke Evans with the 3. Evans has got his second bucket tonight.
And watching Evans there knock down the triple has the ability to be a dangerous outside scorer when he's in rhythm. Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Gasol. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Now here's Jang. Gibson passes to Butler. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Butler's got 5.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Gasol. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Brooks kicks to Gibson. There's the pass to Jang. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Gasol. Evans with it. Now defended by Muhammad. McLemore dishes to Gasol. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. He's got 8.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Here's Gibson. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Gibson with the steal. And here is Butler. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
Really, he exposed a lot of seams in the defense with his passing, too. That assist total was impressive.
Here's Evans. His last outing, he had 8 points. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And Evans excels at using his muscle and speed going to the rim. Knows how to score despite getting hit.
Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Here's Jang. Michael Conley making his last shot. Good work defensively by Gasol.
A good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Now here's Conley. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldrich.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. I was able to talk with David Fizdale for just a moment. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys they need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. So if their coach is right, their success today will depend on how well they shoot the ball.
And they're going to have to work hard at the offensive end to make that happen. Strong player movement and ball movement will be key.
Well, exactly, because you can have the most dangerous shooters in the league, but if they're not sharing the basketball, it doesn't do you any good.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Well, I like the synergy, right? The ball is moving well, and they're seeing that hard work pay off.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Stolen by Brooks. To the paint, Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, Taj Gibson, a terrific athlete, easily gets off the floor to finish with authority.
And McLemore kicks to Parsons. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Minnesota.
And they had a good split between their work in the paint and their three-point shooting. If the triple wasn't there for them on any given night, they were able to come inside and do some damage down low.
Timberwolves on defense. They trail by 1. There's a screen. Gasol kicks to Parsons. Rebound Brooks. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Fires from deep. Minnesota gets it back with a new shot clock. Butler in the corner. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The shot by Evans. Nobody around. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Evans has got 10.
In the shooting form Evans has, a reliable jump shot. You got to honor it if you're the defense.
Mahimi kicks to Muhammad. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Evans. And Evans throws it down.
And how about the confidence from Evans? He's feeling like no one can stop him playing with a ton of heart.
Now here's Brooks. The shot by Mahimi, no good. Stolen by Brooks. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Boy, that's terrific vision on the part of Butler. Knows the offense is not created in a vacuum. Keeps the teammates involved. Always puts a smile on their face.
Evans against Muhammad. Gets the front of the rim and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Nobody near Parsons. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one. Brooks, the pass to Gibson. And Muhammad has it in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And the Grizzlies, they come in off the loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Right, there has to be some sort of consistent effort to generate quality shots. It seemed to me they thought they were going to come easily.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. Deontay Davis comes in for Tyreke Evans. Selden's checked in for Ben McLemore. And Baldwin subbed in for Mike Conley. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Gibson. Bielitsa comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Brooks.
That's great use of size and length. Tough down low when guys are battling for that board.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
Here's Baldwin. Outside, Davis. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Selden.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Offline from the top of the key. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Here's Aldrich. After the made shot from Chandler Parsons. Jones, no luck. Selden kicks to Baldwin. Right, the pass to Selden, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Boy, they have come out strong. They've controlled the pace, asserted their will. Wow.
The Elitza misses.
We have blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. Now, you've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
Crawford outside. Aldrich kicks to Bielitsa. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Poke loose. It's stolen by Jones. The finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Crawford with the steal. Here's Bielitsa. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers. Pass to Aldrich. Expanding his range. It doesn't go for him. Got it up. That shot off the mark. And so it's Memphis in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we... And the Timberwolves with possession here. 9-point game. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
We've got Chandler Parsons, Aldrin out there with Selden, and it's Brandon Wright, and it's Davis at the 4. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Passes it to Bielitsa. Back to Mahinmi. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
You know, throwing his weight around inside, Mahinmi goes up against pressure and gets it to fall.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. The Timberwolves, number 1.
They've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
Now Jones. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Poked away. Parsons outside, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
And checking out the stats for Mahinmi, how his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up 9 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldrich.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Jang, he's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Clock at 6. Davis setting the pick for Parsons. Knocked away and stolen by Jang. Left side, Jones. Back to Bielitsa. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Jones dishes to Aldrich. He kicks to Jang. It's stolen by Davis. Tipped away. Crawford with the steal. Outside, Jones. He dishes it to Aldrich. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
But you just can't allow a guy that kind of position. Aldrich leaves no doubt.
Memphis leading. Baldwin kicks to Selden. Dishes to Davis. Parsons outside. Back to Davis. Over to the left wing. Pass it to Selden. 5 on the clock. Knocked away. And now the Timberwolves on the break. All alone. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Baldwin kicks to Davis. Here's Selden, guarded by Crawford. On the wing, Davis. On, here we go. Crawford all alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Baldwin kicks to Parsons. Here's Selden. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Davis sets a screen. They need this one. Selden can't hit. Timberwolves leading by 3. Bielitsa passes to Jang.
Well, how about the aggressiveness at the point of attack? Jang finishing like he means it.
Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Doors, with the NBA draft becoming of greater interest to the casual fan, plenty of household names making big splashes. But who are some of the young players who take a look at the list on the rise who have done it rather quietly, maybe without the headlines?
I think you'd have to look at a player like Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis, of course, the son of the great Arvydas Sabonis, has been around the game from the time he was born. And I think what you see with Domantas is this incredible feel for the game. Shot making, play making, rebounding ability, exceptional within the context of a system. I'd say quietly Sabonis is going to be a tremendous player.
I saw a lot of Clint Capella down at Houston in the playoffs last year. He comes to mind as well.
That's a great point. Guy runs the floor hard. He's the perfect foil for James Harden in screen and roll action. That's another great example, Kev.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Well, I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
So both teams making some changes here. Green kicks to Parsons. Gasol is screen on Butler. Parsons attacking, and Aldrich sends it back.
No, we see it here. Well, on a per-minute basis, Aldrich has been one of the league's best shot blockers.
Shots good from Butler.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
Well, they seem to be taking control. There's no doubt about that. Quality shots on every possession with great execution.
Gasol is screen on Crawford. Conley with a wide open look, and another miss by Memphis.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
This is ridiculous. Can you remember the last time they missed?
I really can't. They're on fire. Seems like they cannot miss.
McLemore dishes to Gasol. Parsons for 3. Gasol reverses, and Aldrich sends it back. Crawford with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. And now here comes Conley leading the break. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Boy, when he's alone in the open court, he just attacks, right? I mean, turning on the jets and finishing easily at the rim.
Jang, no luck. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Parsons gets it to go.
I tell you, that's a nice adjustment by Parsons. Carves out just enough space to get that one off.
Jones, the pass to Jang. He feeds it to Aldrich. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Aldrich has got 10 points in the quarter.
A huge mistake letting him establish that kind of position down low.
That's going in every time. Shocking that they let him get so comfortable down there.
Outside, Green. Parsons on the wing for three. Parsons can't get that one to fall.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
Aldrich kicks to Zhang and finished off by Zhang.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
You know, Greg, what a luxury to have a guy with size who can make that shot.
Jones dishes to Crawford. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Some solid defense from Gasol. The Grizzlies trail by 7. That's good from Parsons on the assist from McLemore. McLemore's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Timberwolves shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Aldrich, the pass to Crawford. Buries it from 3-point range. Crawford's got 5 now.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Memphis has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Conley against Jones. From deep, McLemore falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
And Zhang kicks to Aldrich. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
Well, Aldrich has never been known as a big-time scorer, but he has found his rhythm.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second.
And Mike Conley Jr., you know, you talk about being bred for success. Remember, his dad was a gold medalist in the triple jump. And you can just see that athleticism in his game. Super quick and elusive out on the floor.
Crawford left side. Jones dishes to Aldrich. To the paint. Crawford's shot is good. 7 points in the game.
You know, really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
There's a good screen. Gasol a screen. Conley kicks to McLemore. A 3-pointer, no good. Timberwolves leading by 7. Aldrich with it. Gasol covering. Aldrich with it. He had 10 points in the win against the Clippers. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Gasol unable to get that one. And Minnesota will come the other way.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know, with the influx of talent that the Wolves have had the last handful of years, they feel a pressure to win. Fans are wondering when all that talent will mature. Expectations are being raised for this group.
And the Timberwolves, Doris, with the longest playoff drought in the league.
Well, and Kevin, I think you have seen tremendous growth with this team the last few years. But remember, they're in the unforgiving Western Conference. I think they believe the infusion of veteran talent gives them an opportunity to make the leap and get to the postseason.
Tyreek Evans is checked in for Parsons. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Mahimi's checked in for Aldrich. Gibson comes in for Jang. Muhammad, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Brooks in for Tyus Jones. Here's McLemore, defended by Butler. 5 to shoot. Shots good by McLemore.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Conley against Brooks. Kicks to Muhammad. Feeds it to Mahimi. The dish to Gibson. It's Brooks on the wing, covered by Conley, and Muhammad has it in the corner. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And that's now 10 points for Jimmy Butler.
He's starting to heat up now. He's been much more efficient with the shot in this quarter than in the first.
Conley kicks to McLemore. Outside Conley. Now the feed to Gasol. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. 14 points for Marc Gasol.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Butler kicks to Brooks. Back to Butler. Brooks outside. Left side Butler. Down low. Here's Mahimi. And that one hits back iron. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Now here's McLemore. 20 points for him last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
The other thing, he really changed the pace of the game when you consider how many free throws he shot. Drawing fouls is an art, and really he has mastered that part of the game.
Misses the three. Minnesota leading by 10. Brooks. It's offline from half court. Memphis has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Conley kicks to Evans. The pass to Gasol. Over Mahimi. Gasol, no good.
Well, the offense got him the ball in exactly the position they wanted. That's just better defense.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Back to the action after this word.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
We so
Show.
hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. The first quarter was a difficult one for Minnesota. As hard as they tried to compete, they just could not keep pace early and ended the period facing a deficit of 9 points. They had a massive shift, though, as they flipped a switch in the second quarter and began to take charge of the game and now have a 10-point lead. What a turn of events. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Doesn't the Mississippi River look simply spectacular in the moonlight here tonight? Welcome back, everyone, to Memphis. The second half just about to get going here. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Well, it's his specialty. There are certain guys who can dominate a half or even an entire game by generating second chances.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Shabazz Muhammad is out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Gorgie Dang. Then it's Brooks. And it's Butler in at shooting guard. Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, you love to watch Taj Gibson start to cook on the offensive end. Right now, just playing to his strength.
And here's Evans. And the layup's good off the glass. Evans has got 14 points for the game.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Pass to Muhammad. From the wing, Taj Gibson again. Gibson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Brooks outside. Gibson the screen. The kick outside to Butler. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jang. Back to Butler. Brooks against Conley. Brooks outside. Passes it to Muhammad. He kicks it to Jang. Over Gasol. Jang, no luck.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Break 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
And Gibson kicks to Zhang. Here's Muhammad. Offline with his 3. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Dishes it to Evans. That doesn't go either for Evans. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Brooks against Conley. Butler kicks to Muhammad. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
In close. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Well, with Taj Gibson on the court, you know you're going to get great energy and intensity, and you're going to get it at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, there's no question. The fervor that Gibson plays with on the defensive end, to me, rubs off on his teammates. He never takes a play off. He works endlessly to make life tough for his assignment. This guy is underrated as a defensive force in the NBA.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach. And someday maybe I'll coach a boys high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business. And slowly but surely, it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be. And sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Green left side. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Stolen by Brooks.
And you know, guys, in the first half, he was a lot more focused. Maybe he's feeling the heat of the defense a bit more here in the second.
Here's Jang. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Evans kicks to Gasol and finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
Conley kicks to Evans. Shoots over Muhammad. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Evans.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Good on the triple. And that's 13 points for Jimmy Butler.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Jang against Gasol. Rejected by Gasol. It's stolen by Green. Shoots it up. Conley's shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 10. To the middle, here's Butler. It's rebounded by McLemore.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Conley gets it to go. The assist from McLemore. That's 7 points for Conley.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here's Jang, and finished off by Jang.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. And here's Conley outside. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
To the middle, here's Green, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his assist totals piling up, 11 now for him. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Jang against Gasol. Jang, no luck.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Pass to Conley. Now Gasol. 16 points for him. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Jang. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You can see the improved upper body strength of Gorgui Dieng that allows him to finish through the contact, get to the free throw line. Nice.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. White, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for Green. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Michael Conley. And it's Selden in for Ben McLemore.
Well, there's no doubt that last season the major downfall in most games for the Timberwolves was their struggle on the defensive end of the floor, right? Too many holes in the perimeter, couldn't get stops when they needed them.
And Memphis making a change here. Aldrin's checked in, and the Timberwolves also making a change. Cole Aldrich has checked in for Gorgui Dieng. Baldwin kicks to Selden. Poked loose. Crawford with the steal. To the inside. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 6. And this Minnesota roster has good defenders on it, Doris, but it's just a matter of getting all 5 players on the court to commit on the defensive end.
Right. Think about how young they have been, and focus at times can be an issue. You know, Coach Tom Thibodeau is not going to let that slip. This is a group that showed improvement as the season wore on, and they know they must be much better on the defensive end this season. Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Parsons passes to Wright, and it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Outside, Jones. Here's Bielitz. He dishes it to Mahimi. And Mahimi with the stuff.
That's how it's done, my man. Jan Mahimi attacks the rim. No one gets in his way. You know, I think it's interesting. When you talk about being consistent, Jan Mahimi is a great example. This guy's a solid center who will defend and board for you. So important.
And Doris Mahimi is not a flashy player by any means.
Right. Jan is a guy who doesn't need to play with flash in order to impact a game. He does a terrific job filling up space on the offensive end when teams collapse off him. And this guy's got a great career field goal percentage because he takes only the shots he knows he can make.
Parsons' shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 6. The pass to Bielitsa. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Out to the wing. Mahimi dishes to Crawford. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And for Memphis, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them.
Well, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
And Bielitsa has it in the corner. Aldrich in the post. He's guarded by Davis. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
That is how you do it. Able to absorb contact and maintain body control. Nicely done by Aldrich.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. Wright sets a screen. Now here's Parsons. Tight defense on him. And it's Bielitsa with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Baldwin, defended by Jones. Parsons on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Elbow shot. And the miss by Parsons. Timberwolves leading by 6. Here's Bielitsa to the paint. Aldrich falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Baldwin kicks to Selden. Knocked loose. Here's Crawford. Finished off the break. And it's a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Doris, you've interviewed so many great players and coaches. What are some of the key personality traits that stars seem to share?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like somebody who's either a lawyer or a doctor, right? They're always A-type personalities. They're competitive. They're perfectionists. They have great capacity for work. I don't think you make it to the NBA unless you're incredibly committed.
Well said. And a look here at the shot chart for Gasol.
Well, you have to think that he is going to look to go to the rim a little more often going forward because the 3 ball just hasn't been there. Sometimes it seems he's not getting his feet set or rushing his shooting motion, but either way, it just ain't falling.
Here's Baldwin, defended by Jones. Parsons for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Bielitsa to the paint. Here's Aldrich. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Baldwin kicks to Selden. Pass to Baldwin. Outside, Davis. Parsons outside. 6 to shoot. They need this, and he makes that one. Parsons got 14 points for the game.
Parsons in the mid-range game, comfortable playing within the offense, taking what the defense gives him.
And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Baldwin the pass to Wright. He feeds it to Davis. Wright sets a screen. 4 on the clock. Parsons for 3. And there's the call on Brandon Wright. That'll be his second foul of the game. Evans, he's checked in for Memphis. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves leading by 12. Jones with it. He's got 6. Mahimi, a screen on Evans. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Nice shot by Evans.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
Kicks it to Muhammad. Here's Mahimi. And Mahimi with the stuff.
I think if you're built like Mahimi, you can absorb the hit and still complete the play.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. Davis in the corner. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Here's Jones. 8 points for him. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after this. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Evans out there with Selden. Then there's Davis. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's right in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And the rejection by Mahimi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. The Grizzlies shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Muhammad against Parsons. Here's Davis. Lays it up off the glass.
Exactly the shot they were looking for on that possession. The easy one down low.
Brooks kicks to Bielitsa. And there's the foul. It'll go on Deontay Davis. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Mike Conley's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Minnesota also with the sub. Gibson's checked in. Brooks dishes to Gibson. Great D that time from Davis.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
And the rejection by Mahimi. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. Here's Muhammad. Good on the bucket. Muhammad's got 4 points in the quarter.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Davis kicks to Evans. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves leading by 13. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Conley against Brooks. Feeds it to Muhammad. Shot clock at 5. Mahimi passes it to Muhammad. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Timberwolves lead by 15. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Crawford. Brooks outside. Back to Crawford. To the wing on the left. Stolen by Evans. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Pulls up for 3. Rebound Minnesota. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And Muhammad kicks to Gibson. Brooks against Conley. Now the dish to Gibson. Back to Brooks. Fires the three. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Conley. There's the feed to Evans. Right wing. Zeldin kicks to Conley. Pass to Davis. Back to Conley. Davis sets a screen. Evans, that's a two-pointer. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Brooks kicks to Gibson. Brooks against Conley. Back to Gibson. Dishes to Mahimi. Muhammad on the wing. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol is checked in for Wright. Green comes in for Deontay Davis. And it's Ben McLemore in for Zeldin.
An obvious blunder by the defense that they get away with. Somebody's supposed to be checking him.
Evans on the double team. Muhammad against Evans. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the 2 bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor.
Well, listen, Kev, we know this. Getting to the line has become such a big part of Jimmy Butler's game. I can't help but admire how he has put together a complete package of an NBA game. It's really a thing of beauty.
Here's Brooks. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gasol's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And Greg, you look at the changes for the Grizzlies, looking for versatility and adaptability in their players.
Yeah, grit and grind, still the identity, but you got to be able to space the floor and cover pick and roll. The era of a post-up centric basketball team doesn't seem to be in the future.
Jang, and finished off by Jang.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk?
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Conley kicks to Evans. Green with a screen for Evans. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Now here's McLemore, defended by Butler. Clock at 6. Green against Gibson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Minnesota has possession. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Jang, a screen. Brooks dishes to Butler. Back to Brooks. Just 5 on the clock. Left side, Butler lets the 3 fly. The 3-pointer is right on target. Butler's got 4 points in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
That's good from McLemore on the assist by Gasol. 16 points for Ben McLemore. Timberwolves leading by 15. And here is Brooks. Butler passes to Brooks. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Butler on the wing. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 11 rebounds in the game. And Muhammad kicks to Zhang. Pass to Gibson. He dishes it to Butler. Brooks against Conley. Second chance shot. That misses off the backboard.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way. That's his 5th triple of the night. 2 in the first half, 3 in this one. Huge production.
Brooks kicks to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
I'll tell you, that's aggressive passing. Threading it down low and setting up the bucket inside. Really nice.
McLemore dishes to Conley. He kicks it to McLemore. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Memphis moving it around. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 20 points for Marc Gasol.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And Gibson kicks to Muhammad. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, I think he was forcing too many shots in the first half. Now the game's coming to him.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. From deep, Evans kept alive. Another shot over Jang. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Funny, for so long, Brother Powell was thought to have the much better career, but Marc has made the gap between them all the more closer.
And so Marc Gasol nails both of them.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team. And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
Well, he just works so diligently inside, and the numbers back that up.
Evans can't get that one to fall.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
The pass to Muhammad. Brooks right side. Inside. Here's Gibson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gibson's got 24 points. And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol. Gasol hits them both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Pass to Gibson. He feeds it to Jang. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Doris, as many NBA teams are doing, the Minnesota Timberwolves now have their own G League affiliate.
Well, and to me, this is a smart move by the organization, Kev, because it gives them a lot of flexibility in how they develop players. It's a very useful tool given their young talent. Only positives have come from teams purchasing G League affiliates.
And they're drawing more with...
Unbelievable.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment.
Boy, that's high percentage range for Jimmy Butler. I'll tell you, he'll work you over in there.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And Doris, at the end of last season, the Timberwolves debuted their rebrand plans for this season.
Well, it was the right time, I think, to keep the logo fresh, and the team did a great job. You feel as if this will be the constant look for what is a new era in Minnesota basketball.
Now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Cole Aldrich.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
These fans have been stunned by his performance. Of all the players they thought might do the most damage against them tonight, his name was not high on that list. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldrich.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He said, "Do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back."
Thank you, David. Gasol, no good. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Evans kicks to Green. Conley, the pass to Green. Feeds it to McLemore. Gasol against Jang. McLemore inside the line. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night. Timberwolves leading by 12. Now Muhammad kicks to Brooks. There's the dish to Jang. Over Gasol. Jang, no luck. Memphis has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
I'm surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
It's Brooks on the wing. 1:05 left to play in the final quarter. The feed to Jang. Over to Gasol. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And the Timberwolves lead by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Timberwolves.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
Conley against Brooks. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldrich, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. With Jimmy Butler. Now, Jimmy, you guys struggled early on, but you got the momentum back and the lead. What adjustments did you make?
Just being aggressive on both ends of the floor. I feel like we're a little loose at the beginning and not playing with a lot of energy. I feel like that's what this team's about. So when we got out there, started playing hard and getting easy baskets, we cut that lead in half.
And it led to a win. Thanks, Jimmy. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it.